Hi there Libra, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for November. This month begins with a bit of a split dimension. You still have a clustering of energy located in the rather discreet, contemplative, reflective 12th house. But they're very active, and this may have seen you thinking a lot about who you've been involved with, past relationships, and in some ways trying to meld your past experiences into the here and now. And with the Sun joined by Mercury on the 2nd in the part of your horoscope that is to do with more practical foundations, there may be a link between the two areas, and that's going to be really emphasized in a big way on the back of a sparkling new moon which occurs on the 11th. And all the hard work that you have put into a situation over quite a long period of time can start to firm up in a really pleasing manner, not just this month, but for some time to come on the back of this stellar new moon. However, perhaps the most exciting event of this month occurs on the 9th, when Venus, your ruler, arrives in your sign. Now this is going to help you, particularly if you've gone through any kind of separation or mourning or deep analysis of past relationships. It's going to enable you to really come into the here and now, but also to start afresh. And you're going to start to feel much more self-confident. Your radiant personality can really be picking up even more once the drive of Mars arrives in your sign on the 13th. Mars moving into this area can make us more impatient, but it can supercharge our efforts, especially around any new strands that we want to start, or putting greater energy into anything that's already ongoing that perhaps has lost a little bit of impetus. These two are going to give you a lot more self-confidence. Your sex appeal will soar, and you're going to find that a lot more people are going to show interest in you. There can be some serious conversations at the heart of this month as both start to angle up to Saturn, which is in the part of your horoscope to do with how you think and express yourself. And the thoughtful people that you connect to are the ones that are going to be the most rewarding relationships, the most enriching ones. Because I do think there can be some more frivolous ones too. Now with the Sun and Mercury combining brilliantly in week 3, you can use your ingenuity and creativity, flair and artistry to improve your financial prospects, or to be quite imaginative about the type of Christmas presents that you seek to buy. But there is an influence in the background all of this month which is very influential, and that is a square between Saturn and also Neptune. Neptune is the planet of dreams, and it's in a very idealistic part of your horoscope as far as work is concerned. You want to do something which helps other people in some way. However, it needs to help you too. And there's going to be a crunch point from the middle of this month when your energy is going to be much lower, and you need to invest your verbal and mental drives in the things that are really vital, or else you could end up getting a fever, especially with Mars in your own sign. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Although you may supercharge some of your efforts from the 13th, it's still about timing, it's still about appropriateness. Make sure that you don't spread yourself too thin. Once Mercury and also the Sun move on the 21st and the 22nd into Sagittarius, ordinarily this would lead to a pickup in your verbal energies and perhaps even the desire to move around and be a lot more active. And this can happen briefly, but then they're both challenged by Saturn, which is waiting in Sagittarius, saying be cautious about what you commit to, about what you say, especially contractually. If you are thinking about buying a new vehicle, that's all very well, but make sure you thoroughly research your options. And if you're buying something second-hand, I would say you need to get a professional test done on this before you go ahead with the transaction, because it's possible you could be buying something that has some hidden issues. Remember, Saturn is the planet of restriction. And also when it comes to documentation, go careful there. And a trusted domestic appliance or even a digital piece of kit may also go on the wobble as this month draws to a close, and just make some contingencies to make sure you don't get caught out. The full moon, which occurs in your sister air sign of Gemini on the 25th, is also strongly affected by Saturn. And it's just saying to you, choose your words with a great deal of care, especially if you are wanting to open up your situation in some way, travel, or connect to new people. Conversations can get very muddled and hazy and even distorted in the last week of this month, and it can be a tricky time for us all. But as the very last moments of this month come to a close, I do feel that you're going to start to feel even more positive and outgoing. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.